Thanks for taking a moment to chat with our viewers about your involvement with us. But I think it'd be great if you could first introduce yourself, who you are, and we can kind of go from there.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. I'm Randy Koporc, and I serve as president of Fifth Third Bank here in Georgia. Obviously, we have a retail presence here in our branch network. We're heavily involved in our commercial and wealth management businesses across the state. And what's really important to us is making sure that we, really engage the communities in which we serve. It's a big part of why folks become bankers, is a way to give back. And so organizations like yours that are really driving purpose, kind of driven outcomes really matter to us. So we're excited about being a part of it and working with your organization. And Kwame, as you mentioned, hey, Fashion Day couldn't have written it any better that it's on, May 3rd, 5/3, which, for us, it's a special day, Fifth Third Day, and it's really cementing our efforts. We do community outreach all throughout the year, but Fifth Third's a special day for us to really have all of our associates directly engage in activities and celebrating our community partners and volunteering. So, in addition to celebrating our communities, it's also a chance to celebrate our employees and all the great work they do. And so, Fashion Day is going to be just a wonderful way to tie in Fifth Third Day with the efforts that you guys are doing with your organization.
No, it all came together, right? It's perfect. Yeah. And you all have, like you said, been a great community partner. You support tons of organizations like us across Atlanta, and we appreciate all the work that you do. And Joanna on your team is an amazing leader as well. So it's just been amazing working with you all over the years. And for Fashion Play this year, our theme is the hero inside, right? And we talk quite a bit about defending the potential of young people, right? Young people have potential. It's our responsibility as adults to defend their potential. So when you think about your superpower, but also like people who mentored you, like who is your hero? Who was like a mentor in your life that you can think of that defended your potential?
Yeah, I think, my father is a big obvious influence and was a tremendous influence in mentoring me. But I also had as a young kind of student coming out of college, I had the opportunity to kind of line up with somebody who took an interest in me, not because the organizational structure said they had to, but they reached down and said, here's somebody they see potential. And I think, for me, that individual really, and I've had a chance to connect with them recently. A number of years have gone by as I've gotten older, but to thank him for just really, and I think what it was, Kwame, was the person was incredibly intentional about outreach, got involved, could have said, Randy will be fine. But it was, they saw a need and they acted upon it, and in a way that really changed my life. It really changed the trajectory of my career because that person was willing to invest. And I think, along with this individual and my father, I look at things like their work ethic. They were humble people. They didn't demand a lot of the headlines, but they also wanted to make sure that their priorities were others. And when I look at that and kind of the hero inside, I look at those things. It's people that are willing to get involved, those that really have a humble servant kind of attitude, and that are really about serving others and lifting others. And that's what made, not only my dad, but this gentleman that I had a chance to meet early in my career, highly impactful in my life.
Well, thanks for sharing that. It's super important. Yeah. And that's what our bigs do every day with littles in our program, and really helping defend their potential, because we all have it, right? We all born with it. Now, kind of going along with the theme of the event, the hero inside, I think we all have superpowers. Some people have not identified their superpowers, but I think there's like two things in life you got to do as a leader. You got to know your passion, and you got to know your superpower, and you got to bring those two together, right? And for me, my superpower, one of them is my ability to bring people together and be comfortable in the suites, but also in the streets. As I say, I can go back and forth between either one. What's one of your superpowers or superpowers
Yeah.
that you have?
Well, aside from this is an obvious superpower. Um, no, hey, Kwame, I'd say for me, it's I try to view myself as an empathetic leader or a mentor. So I'd like to think that my people who engage with me see me as somebody who cares about their lives, what's going on in their lives, not just the business at hand. And so if I had to pick a superpower that I feel like I've been blessed with, it's really the ability to kind of have self-awareness and empathy for others, and recognizing that everyone's situation, what everybody brings every day is different. And how do you engage that so that you can find common ground to really get the most out of that relationship? So, because these aren't doing it all the time.
You must be in the gym, man. I see the guns coming out. I definitely like that. I'm all about, wellness and mental health and all that, and working out is all good stuff. Health is wealth. No, I appreciate that. But so Randy, as we close out and get ready for Fashion Play, and again, we thank Fifth Third Bank for being our presenting sponsor this year. It's a big help and helps us make more matches. But as you look forward to the event, like what are a few words that come to mind as we get ready for Fashion Play on May 3rd?
Yeah, I'd say engagement, enthusiasm, excitement. I mean, it's a night where people get to shine, get to, maybe get out of their comfort zone and celebrate what your organization's doing. And I can't think of a better way to have Fifth Third and bringing our Fifth Third better to this program. So excited about it, Kwame.
All right. Look forward to seeing you there on the runway. We got to get you up there, man. You got to show your guns.
Thanks again. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right.
All right.
Well, it's good to see you all both. We are looking forward to Fashion Play, which is coming up on May 3rd. It'll be here before you know it. We appreciate your partnership, Stephanie and Dillard's, and all that you all have done for us with Fashion Play. And also, Lawrence, appreciate you, man, being an honorary big brother and just doing all things big brother, big sisters whenever we call on you. But before we get started, it'd be great if you both would introduce yourselves. Maybe Stephanie, you go first, and then Lawrence, and then we'll dive into a few questions.
Sure. Yeah. My name is Stephanie Barger. I'm the store manager at Dillard's Atlantic Station. I've been at this store since June of last year. And before that, I was in the Alpharetta, Georgia location, the Savannah, Georgia location before that. And then I started with Dillard's 8 years ago in Augusta, Georgia. So I love Dillard's. I've always been in fashion. I went to Auburn University, War Eagle. And I studied apparel merchandising design and business. So I've always been in fashion. I've always loved it. And Dillard's has just been a great fit for me because I get to play with clothes all day, but I also, get to be around people and selling and all of the fun things that Dillard's has going on, like Big Brothers, Big Sisters Fashion Play. So.
Thank you.
I'm up next. All right. So. My name is Lawrence Sidbury Jr. Honorary Big Brother for the year 2023. This is actually my second stint with Big Brothers and Big Sisters Atlanta. My first stint was in 2012 with the old administration. I was, I guess you say, Honorary Big Brother then that year too. And we found our way back, and I'm excited to be here. A little bit about myself. Former Atlanta Falcon. I also work with the Big Brothers Big Sisters local chapters in Indianapolis and Tampa in the Tampa area when I was there too. I love mentorship. I got a passion for people. And I think the niche that the kids that you all serve, kind of like the adolescent age on up, that's where I fit in the best. And I really just like the organization because I do this all day, every day. With grown people too. They call my phone every day. So this is just another extension of myself. And I like fashion too. I've been much of a consumer for the most part, but I like fashion as well. And I will say I love Dillard's because they have the perfect fitting white tee. These Roundtree and York tees, they got the perfect fitting white tee for tall people. So she knows what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Roundtree and York crew neck t-shirts are the best ones.
So great.
yeah, but I'm just excited to be here and help out any way I can.
No, we appreciate you, Lawrence, and also Stephanie. I have to come check out those t-shirts. I hope they can fit like a little small belly. It's kind of hard. I'm like a medium/large, so I have to see if that works for me. But we want you to both hit the runway at the show, which is coming up on May 3rd. And the theme this year is the hero inside of us, right? And we talk a lot about defending potential when we mentor young people, where it's all about defending the potential that's already there as adults and bringing that out. And when you think about the hero inside or superheroes or mentors that have been in your life, who comes to mind, Stephanie? Who's a mentor that stands out to you?
I've been so fortunate with this company. I've had so many wonderful mentors over the year. And one particular was my very first store manager. His name was Sean Ulrich, huge hockey fan. He's from Canada. But he really and truly, he brought me into this company. He was somebody who, even still, one of the great things I think about finding a true mentor is somebody that no matter how near or far you are to each other, you keep in touch. We've stayed in touch for the last 8 years. He's always somebody that, I've been able to call in any circumstance. I've been through a whole ton of life changes over the last 8 years myself, personally, and with my family and with work. And, having somebody that you can call who, has been through similar things, the closer you can get with somebody, the more that you learn about them and how you can relate to somebody else's life, no matter what differences there may be between you. So he's been an incredible mentor for me. And it's actually funny. Dillard's does like a mentor-mentee program where you have to apply for it. Somebody has to nominate you, and then you apply, and it matches 30 mentees and 30 mentors together. And it's across the company. So it's store side with store managers and assistant store managers. And then also on the buying side, it has buyers, merchandise managers, district managers, all kinds of things. And Sean and I actually got matched together in that program as well. So it was just funny how, our careers have just kind of kept us together, and he's been a huge impact in my everyday. But I don't even think that mentors and influential people in your life have to necessarily be older than you or more experienced than you or wiser than you. I feel like I have learned so much from my daughter, who is 9. She had a stroke last year, and she was 7 at the time when she had it. And seeing her and the things that she's gone through as a child and overcoming, with positivity, all of these things she's had to go through during her recovery, has just been so inspirational and motivational to me. And it's helped me be a better, mentor and motivator, because seeing her perseverance and just watching her strength through everything, I've really been able to take so much out of my personal success from not just people who are older and wiser, but also younger and, still learning. So it's been a crazy couple of years for sure.
Well, Stephanie, thank you for sharing that. You're definitely a superhero mom, and we wish your daughter well. But thank you for sharing that story with us. So Lawrence, you tell me about one of your mentors, one of your superheroes who played a role in your life.
Man, I was sitting back listening to her speak, and to be honest, I probably can't just pick one. I've had so much help along the way, from my journey, just as a high school student, a young athlete, to the collegiate level, to being a professional, and even into being an entrepreneur, and even on the spiritual side. I've had mentorship throughout my entire life, partially because I'm open to it, because it's not about what you know. Sometimes, the smartest people, when they don't know, they know who to go to, and they seek it out. And a lot of people just don't do that. Now, some people just may not have the opportunity. But if I can just go back and look at one mentor I had, he's deceased now. I would probably say, and it kind of hurt me, he just passed a few years ago, was my 9th grade junior varsity coach. His name was John England. I went to an inner city school. He went to the same school, but he was white, so it was a little bit different. But he served as not as a coach, but to some of my other teammates as a father figure, and just a light, and somebody to guide them in situations where they didn't live in the best neighborhoods, and they didn't have fathers in the home. He believed in me when I probably didn't believe in myself. Ninth grader, never played football before. He said he was going to cut me, but he didn't. But saw something in me that just, man, I could never repay him for. I can never repay him for that. But it wasn't just that. He's a big advocate, proponent for getting an education, which was really the one reason why he wanted me to play football, was so I can, get a free college education. And he's the one that put that spark in my mind for me to do that. And that turned into a collegiate career, a professional career, a graduate degree, and now I worked on a doctorate degree. And then, being an entrepreneur in my own right. So I can think of one person. There's plenty of other people, but I will say John England. His name, Coach John is what we called him. That's probably one mentor, man. I wish he was alive for me to tell him that story. But all in all, mentorship is everything. You never should go into anything without a mentor. If not, we all want to avoid those bumps in the road and obstacles, and sometimes getting in our own way and hitting our head up against the wall. Because as we know, making mistakes sometimes costs us time, and as you get older, they cost us money, and we don't want to do that, right? And then if we can avoid some of those hurdles that life puts in our way, we like to do that. So just having a mentor is key. It's everything.
No, thank you for that. I'm sitting here like I'm on a couch, in someone's living room. We having these deep conversations about mentorship in life, and that's what it's all about. It's a human element. And you mentioned, Lawrence, that your one of your mentors didn't look like you, right? And I think that's important to note too, because it's really about having a caring adult in your life, right? And young people need that more than ever. And just to shift a little bit to go kind of back to the hero inside theme, like who. When you think about your superpowers, right? I think in life, there's two things you got to figure out. And the sooner you can, the better off your life will be. One is your power, your superpower, and one is your passion. And then you got to bring those together. Lawrence, we know you have superpower on the field, right? It's obvious. What would be another one of your superpowers?
I will say, I knew you was going to ask me this, but I tell people all the time, I think my superpower is my ability to listen. To be totally honest, I'm a sponge. You can learn from anybody. From the janitor all the way to the CEO. Someone literally can offer you something that can change your life, teach you something, change your perspective. And I think that's a fine line between most people, is just the ability to listen. And I'm a lifelong learner. I want to get better each and every day. And if anybody has something of value to offer me, I'm on it. And I would think my superpower would just be my second superpower. Or what was the word you used? I forgot the second.
Superpower. Well, passion. I was saying find your passion and your superpower, but your superpower is the ability to listen. I love it.
Yeah, and I would say my passion is my work ethic. So I take what I learned from listening, and then my work ethic is second to none. I'm just I'm a tireless worker. So those two put together has been the difference. It's not a cheat code. It's just really just listening and working. But that's my cheat code.
Powerful. Thank you for that. So Stephanie, we already know you're a super mom, right? But what would be a superpower of yours?
One thing that people have always, as I've kind of grown personally and professionally, and one thing that I've always heard about myself is just that I have just the power of people. I think it's like my overwhelming optimism that just has really enabled me to connect with people on so many levels. I can totally relate with you about, how you say you just listening, because I think that is just a huge of what so many people need. So many people nowadays just want to talk, and everybody's always talking over each other, right? And things just go in circles and nothing ever gets done. I think the ability to listen and to be able to relate to people, no matter, you know, how you grew up or who your parents are or how much money you grew up with. And, you know, just really being able to, you know, have the power of people and being able to build relationships with anybody. You know, it's really helped me just in my experiences in life, going through things that I've gone through personally and professionally. And, you know, I've found not only that people respect me for it, but also able to respect myself in that way too. You know, just, I really care about people. And that's why I'm so excited to be able to be at this store and get to do all of these events and get to be involved with programs like Big Brothers Big Sisters and the amazing people that I've gotten to meet through this. And it's just amazing. It's amazing. And so other than me being able to be in 5 places at one time, my superpower would be just my power for people.
Thank you for that. And as we close out the interview, I got one more question for each of you. And I'll start with you, Stephanie, because Fashion Play is all about fashion. It's obvious you're into fashion. I see the beautiful blue dress you have on. But when you think about like your must-have fashion accessory, if you had to pick one, what would it be and why?
It's always, without a doubt, you can ask anybody that knows me, it's always an earring. Always. I can do with any outfit an earring, whether it's a big statement earring like my earrings that I have on now, or something small. If you have on like a really busy top, you know, you want like a small, maybe just like a little hoop, maybe a small stud, but definitely an earring, hands down. I think it adds to every outfit. Necklaces sometimes can be in the way, can take away from your outfit, but always an earring, 100%.
Got it. Hey, thank you for the earring education. I'm sure you have hundreds of those around, and definitely. So Lawrence, you know, you're also involved in our big draft event, you know, where we partner with the NFL during draft day to get the word out about mentorship. You know, why did you decide to get involved in that? Why is that important to be a part of that with the NFL?
I mean, to be totally honest, this is just an extension of what I started back in 2012 before I left Atlanta. I think then I'm not sure how deep the partnership was, but I was able to do some radio PSAs and to get the word out. Because at that time, we were trying to recruit more African American big brothers, you know, to serve the young men in the program. And it was kind of interesting hearing my own voice on the radio, you know, trying to get guys to come out. And this is just that PSA on steroids right now, right? We got social media now, and now I got a video coming out that we're gonna put out for the Atlanta area. And I'm gonna make sure I make it the best so it looks better than everyone else. And it's just an extension. And you know, this event has, you know, it's much larger, has bigger push to reach, you know, with social and tied it in with the league. I think it's like I don't know, like amplifier or megaphone for, you know, the amount of passion I have to help out young men. And I'm really excited about it. I can't get my words out. I'm so excited about it. I'm actually about to repost the flyer that you guys put out today. It'll be on my page as soon as this call is over. Hey, can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The shoes are definitely the most important fashion statement. They're definitely the most important piece, especially for the fellas, right? Kwame, I'm right?
I gotta agree with you. I gotta agree. I just got my shoe shine today, and
see what I'm saying?
It's an important part.
Yeah. See, we can't bedazzle them. We can't bedazzle them with all, you know, all the accessories and necklaces and stuff. But for us, the fellas, the shoes are definitely go. They got to be on point. That says a lot about us.
Oh yeah, they got to be on point and clean and shined up. So it's actually hard to find a good shoe shine nowadays. But guess what? I appreciate you all. This has been amazing. Fashion Play, May 3rd at the Atlanta History Center. Want everyone to get involved. You go to our website, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, to learn more, get your tickets. It's going to be a show, and I look forward to seeing you both, Stephanie and Lawrence. Stephanie with your earrings, Lawrence with your nice shoes. You all both got to get on the runway and make it happen, and we're going to celebrate for young people and defending potential. So I appreciate you all both.
Good. Can't wait to see you guys there.
All right. You all take it easy.
All right.
Thank you.